wait till I get a couple people on here. There. Box up. What's up, everybody? How we doing? Check this out. I got a mic. Let me know if the quality is any good. If the quality is good, I'm going to put it on real quick. If it's better than what it normally is, let's put it that way. We'll put it on here. If it's too loud, let me know. I've never had one of these. It was a little different. My wife picked it up today, but that was pretty good. That good? Good. Looks weird. We're going to rock it and see how it goes. I don't know. Some big things happening this week. Going up to Lake of the Woods I'm leaving Wednesday morning. I'll be up there until Sunday. I work for Warrior Boats, and this week is Warrior Fest up there. So this will be the very first year that I get to actually fish it, which I'm super excited about. I've gone a couple times up there, just kind of worked the event, helped out, did a little bit of fishing also, which is always a great time. But super excited to go out there and actually fish the tournament on Saturday. Sounds like there's going to be a really good turnout, 150, 200 boats. Yeah, get to go up there and meet some new people and whatnot. So that's leading into tonight's live. I am rigging up for Lake of the Woods, doing something a little bit different. We'll be targeting walleyes this entire week, obviously. They've got two different sections you can fish. You can fish the live scope portion of it, or you can fish the traditional fishing part of the tournament, which is trolling only, no live scoping. I'm planning on doing the live scoping portion of it. I love the live scope. So I love trolling too, but live scope's I've really taken to it over the last couple of years. So super excited about that. So I'm hoping that we don't get huge wind, and got 25-mile-an-hour wind coming out of the northwest. But yeah, super excited to get up to Lake of the Woods. We're going to rig some rods tonight for walleyes. Just a few different things that I'm planning on doing. Kind of walk you through kind of plans that are going through my head and what I'm planning on doing. And yeah, live bait rigging, crawlers, search baits, paddle tails, bunch of different stuff. I'll go through it on the video tonight. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on it, but hey, we're going to hang out together and rig some rods and have a couple beers. So if any of you guys been up to Lake of the Woods walleye fishing, let's start out with that. That'd be a good conversation starter. I've done quite a bit of live scoping for walleyes around home, where I'm from here. Done fairly well. So, oh, and hey, I found my scissors. Found it. We're no longer rocking the child scissors anymore. I actually lost those over the side of the boat. They got caught on my line on one of my rods, and over the side they go. But picked up some jigs too. VMC Moon Eyes. Great jig. I love these jigs. I got a bunch of other sizes, but I didn't have a heavier size. These are 3/8 ounce. I throw a lot of 1/4 and 1/8 ounce Moon Eye jigs. They got a pretty stout hook on them. I like the gap on them. They're really nice, and they hold crawlers really well because they got a good keeper on them. I got one out of the box here. I'll show you. But they got a good keeper on them right there. You can see that barb. You can put a crawler up on there, and it tends to hold up really well. So I really like throwing those. Got a couple of options for search baits. I didn't have no live bait with me the other day, so I was throwing plastic on this search bait. But I'll take this off real quick. There's another search bait. It's bladed. It's got a slow death hook on the back of it. See how it's curved like that? So if you put a crawler on there, that crawler will do this right behind that bait. It'll sit back there with the blade spinning. Plus it's got a treble. I know some guys modify these. They cut the line off of them and they'll put their own, they'll tie their own leaders. So you got a treble hook that goes to a plain slow death hook. They'll cut these off and replace this with something else. I don't exactly know what it is, but I'm not a humongous walleye, like all the technique specific stuff, but I do know how to catch walleyes and I really enjoy it. So I could share a few tips with you guys too. But yeah, so we're going to be throwing some search baits. I picked these things up. These are pretty cool. These worm walkers. My wife got these for me today when she ran the St. Cloud for me. I asked her to grab me a few things. So I got those I'm going to throw. Got another search bait here. So yeah, I'm going to tie up a variety of things. Obviously, I'm a bass guy, so I'm going to throw a little bit of my bass background into this also, and hopefully something comes of it. And if it doesn't, so be it. That's all right too. I don't tend to go too heavy on any of my leaders. 10 to 12 pound on my leaders is kind of what I like to throw. So we're going to stick with that and see what happens. I'm going to tie up some new leaders. Anything you want to talk about? You guys get on here and ask away, ask some questions, whatever, it don't matter. Talk fishing. Who's been up to Lake of the Woods? I've been up there a few times in the winter, but not too often on my own. My wife and I, we used to go up in the angle quite a bit. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on. What's up? Yeah, you're good. My wife, I thought she was going to come say hi, but she's scared off. Anytime you tie I'm sure we've gone over this, I can't remember all my lives, but anytime you tie braid to fluorocarbon or fluorocarbon to lead, to braid, always take your braid and wrap it over your fluorocarbon. That braid protects your knot. So it's not, like if you put the fluorocarbon over the top of the braid, you don't get that protection. That braid seems to protect your knots a lot better. So we're going to tie a leader on here. We're going to get our first bait tied up after I get this tied. So, yeah, I still got a lot to prep for, even though I'm leaving on Wednesday. Got to pack my bag and whatnot yet. Get the essentials, you know. All right, there's the first knot. Good clean knot. It's going to go through your eyelets really well. Give yourself a good amount of leader. I like giving myself quite a bit of leader because you just, after you're cutting line for a while and going jig to jig, you know, you start cutting off leader material. And yeah, what's up, Tyus? How you doing, buddy? Thanks. Glad to hear that. I wasn't sure how it was going to sound. So we're going to start off with a 3/16 ounce moon eye jig. See, it's got a good gap on it. Fairly stiff hook. Like that hook doesn't move around a lot. I've caught a couple, quite a few high 20s off of these jigs. And let me tell you, that hook does not bend. And it helps to have a really forgiving rod, like a nice soft tip. So when you load up on that fish, you can really bury that hook. And then not only that, you don't just set the hook so hard to the point where you rip the jig out of their mouth. You just kind of want to ease into the fish. It's not so much a hook set like it is bass fishing. It seems like if you get a walleye, a good sized walleye on a jig and a crawler, you don't want to like set the hook super hard. You just kind of want to just lean into the fish versus setting the hook, say like a bass or up in the pads or out on a weed edge, you know, fishing a weighted worm or something like that. You know, you got to pick up that slack. With a forgiving rod, you can reel down on that fish and let your rod load up and then just kind of sweep into the fish. It seems to, you keep them pinned a lot better that way. So yeah, I mean, there's going to be a lot of experimenting when I'm up there. Obviously, I don't 100% know what's going to happen. A lot depends on wind and sun and everything else. If the wind's blowing 30, obviously I'm not going to be scoping, but so that's our first weapon of choice, if I say so myself. 3/16 ounce Moon Eye. Got a 10-pound leader on there to 8-pound 832 suffix braid. So another thing I like to do is when I'm fishing for them, say I make a cast out to a fish, I'll make sure my drag's semi-tight. And when that fish eats it, I'll lean into that fish. And as soon as I get a good hookup on that fish, I'll loosen the drag up right away. So I'm not full tension. So when I set the hook on that fish and that fish tries to run away from me, at least then that drag is ready to go after I set the hook on the fish. Because most of the time when you set the hook on the fish, it doesn't take off running instantly. So you have a little bit of time to pull back on the drag a little bit. You don't have to sit there and hold down super tight on the drag. But to have that drag fairly tight when you initially set the hook on that bigger fish, it's important to do that so you can bury the hook. You get a good hook set on that fish. This is something my son was throwing. Check this, I know. But it's super light. I like the bait. It's got a good action, but it's super light. Takes forever for it to go down. Not a huge fan of it. I guess if I was fishing shallow water, it'd be good. Cut that off. We'll tie another leader on here. Look, I got a slip knot on there yet, so I got to pull that off. Get this going. I just got to cut it off right there. Look at that fray in the line. Hope you can see it right there. That is enough to make me want to cut this line and tie again. I got about 8 feet, maybe 10 feet of line right here. It's not worth saving it, especially if you get a big fish on the line. Nobody wants to lose a big fish. So we're just going to get rid of that and retie. Good, clean line. No frays, no nothing. I'm hitting the damn light. Here we go. Okay. Gotta hydrate. I bet you could hear that really well in the microphone. All right, so this rod here is a little bit stiffer. I was running 10 pounds, so this rod here is not so forgiving. So I'm going to run a little heavier leader on this one. I'm going to bump it up to 12 pound. We're going to bump it up to 12 pound. And this one here, we're going to rig up something special. Special to me, at least. We're going to rig up a 12-pound leader. We're going, this is mono. And there's a reason I'm throwing mono on this one. I'll tell you that in a minute. So mono fluorocarbon, same knot, same everything. So we're going to get this tied up. It's a super easy knot to learn once you, I shouldn't say learn. It's a super easy knot to tie once you get the hang of it. If you're out there on the water and you're running out of leader material, it takes about this long once you get good at it to tie it. So sometimes that knot bunches up just a little bit, so you just grab the tag end of the braid and you pull on it. I mean, it's a strong knot. I've caught a lot of big fish on that knot right there. It's a Monday night, so I'm not expecting on having a huge crowd here in the live tonight, but it's all right. So yeah, hopefully we get some content this weekend. That'd be cool for you guys. Check out, see what's going on up there. All right. Here we go. Get ready for it. You've seen it before. We're going to do it again. We're doing it again. Come on, Lois. Look at this. VMC screw head. That's a big jig head right there. I'm planning on fishing deep. So, really nice big head. That's going to be another 3/8 ounce. Actually, that might be ½ ounce. I'm not 100% sure. I don't have them labeled in my box. We're going to tie that up. All right. I suppose you can hear that fly in the camera too, huh? So we're going to go in here. Grab out. Question is, do I have the right size? That's the question. There we go. Paddle tail. Right there. That's the guy. Rig that up. Well, make sure you're super centered on these so you get the perfect action out of it. If you're off centered just a little bit, they seem to want to roll. They want to roll on themselves. If you rig it perfectly straight, that bait with that paddle tail on the back of it, that bait will actually rock side to side as you're swimming it perfectly. But if it's off kilter just a little bit, if it's not perfectly straight, that bait will lay on its side and it'll do this number on its side, and or it'll start kind of rolling on itself. So it's super important to make sure that your paddle tails are super straight when you're doing this. All right, I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's about as straight as it can get right now. See if we can get it from that angle. There we go. About as straight as you can get it within reason. And that sucker's going to sit there and do this number as it's coming through the water, straight. So it's got that paddle tail, it's making that thumping sound in the water, plus it's sitting there rocking side to side. So it's got a really good swimming action. And I've caught a lot of really nice walleyes on paddle tails, mainly in the fall, but you know what? It's always worth a try. So this is a little stiffer rod. So we're going to throw that paddle tail on there because it's a lot bigger hook. So it's going to take a little bit more power to bury that hook in the mouth versus that other rod. And that specific technique, which I'm rigging that with a live crawler, and you need it. They basically, when they come up and eat it, the whole point of it is you don't want them to feel you. So when that fish comes up and eats it, if you got a rod that's forgiving, it'll load up more and they won't feel you right away. So it gives you time to either open the bail and let them eat it, to go down to the bottom or whatever the case may be. It gives you time to get that hook set. Versus this bait, the paddle tail, when they come up and eat it, when they come up and eat that paddle tail, it's gone. It's in their throat. They eat it one bite and you set the hook right away. So stiffer rod, little heavier leader. It's really good to bury that hook, really good rod and set up to bury that hook nice and deep so you don't lose them. And plus that bigger jig head on there gives them more leverage when they're shaking their head down there to throw that hook also. So the heavier hook the heavier rod is really important when it comes to that. All right, I gotta grab another rod out of here. I'm short one. Oh. Uh-oh. Holy schmoholy. Oh. What am I thinking? It's right behind me. Here it is. I didn't have to go in there after all. Got it. Oh. Hey, you guys ever put a hook in your foot? Look at that. That sucker. I don't think it's all the way in there, but I'm going to tell you something. Yeah, it wasn't all the way in there. Oh, yeah, we got blood. Yep. We got blood. Not good. See, that's why it's important to put your tackle away after you're done using it. Take it from me, because I like being in my boat barefoot. Yeah. Thank goodness it wasn't past the barb. Otherwise, we'd be doing surgery on live. I have to call the wife out here and call a mayday. Be bad. Be really bad. All right, what should we do on here? Right now, I got a jig and wrap style bait on. Who's watching? Let's go. Say hi. If you're watching, say hi. Make sure I get everybody in there. I got Tyus. I got Kathy on the comments, which is fantastic. Tyus, what's up, bro? It's just you. You and me hanging out doing tackle. It's all right. All right. Gotta throw a jig and wrap on. This is the Acme's. I think it's the Hyperglide. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, thanks. You're watching me because you got nothing better to do. I like it. I like it. All right. I need your opinion. What color are we going with? Here we go. It's your time to shine. Going with the pink clown. Hope you can get all them colors on there. Pink clown or the golden purple. I'm kind of thinking the golden purple. You guys let me know. Which one am I tying on? I'll tie it on. We're going to keep both of them out here till I get an answer. Get that going. Don't ask me. I'm not good at fishing. Tyus, come on. Don't give me that. Okay, we'll go gold purple then. How's that sound? Ooh, I got to get a clip, because I can't run that without a clip. Here's my clips. Get one of these guys out of here. Can't run this bait without a clip, otherwise it'll fall up. So we're going to run a clip on this guy with a swivel. It was also made by VMC. These are the best clips if you have to use clips that I have found, hands down. I musky fished for quite a few years, and this is a similar style to a musky clip. Or a musky, like a clip that's on a leader. You keep your musky bait on. I'll show it to you here. It's not like your regular clips like Eagle Claw and stuff makes. So I'll have to hold it up here. Is that clip? It's got a swivel on there too. It's actually a rounded corner on there. So when it does clip over, it's actually a very stiff wire that's on there. It's not very big. Fairly low profile. We're going to put that guy on. Dude, these hooks are extremely sharp, if you're wondering. Got a lot of people on tonight. That's awesome. I actually don't know if this clip will work on this. You can get them as shields. Well, this clip will not work on this one. That's a bummer. Literally talked the clip up and now it won't work. That's great. My goodness. Okay. Well, plan B. Plan B. Cut that off. Set that aside. We'll come back to that. Let's see if I got another clip in here. I might have a clip in here. Different style clip. Let's see what I got going on. Here's another one made by VMC. Let's see if this one works before I go and tie it on. I'll show you this one after I get it in. Hey, 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 it works. You think I need like music in the background or something, Tyus? What do you think? Be honest. I feel like when I'm not talking, it gets kind of quiet, not gonna lie. Like this thing is like heavy. It's 28 grams. It's a big one. So my thought process on this was running this bigger one is if I'm going along and a fish is sitting under the scope, fish is sitting under the scope straight below the boat, I could pick this rod up really quick and drop it down to that fish and it'll be there within seconds. So it's good to have something really heavy on. Like, that's a good size jigging wrap. It's not a jigging wrap, but it's made by Acme. Nonetheless, if you really want to know the weight, it's 28 grams is a very heavy jigging wrap. Keep calling it a jigging wrap. I don't know the exact name of it. All I know is it resembles a jigging wrap, so we're going to call it a jigging wrap for now. But that sucker weighs a ton. I think you're better off like tying an anchor to your rod, honestly. I mean, this thing is like, I get 3/4 of a bend out of this rod on this. That's ridiculous. But you never know. Big one's down there, you drop this Acme on it. Right there. Thunk it in the head. Lunch boxes it. Get the net, boys. Get the net. Because it's going down. All right. That's 3 rigged up. We have trolling rods also, so we can do some trolling and whatnot. So, which I'm not a huge fan of, but it is fun just sitting there in the boat, rods out, rod doubles over. Yeah. Gotta hydrate. You guys hear that? Oh, there's a helicopter coming over. That's what it is. Helicopter. All right. Okay, so that's that. Rig up another rod here. I think I'm just going to bring 4 rods. I think that'd be a good bet. Go with that. I'll cut this guy off. We're going to go with another jig style bait here. We're going to go 3/8 moon eye. 3/8 ounce moon eye. This is going to be kind of a big profile. That's kind of the point of it here. Is we're specifically targeting big fish. So we're going to go with big profile. And get this set up. And I got different size jig heads also, so I can switch it up as I'm going. Let the fish tell me what to do. Hopefully. That's the whole point. Got a scissors. Didn't use the scissors. This fluke looks like it's in good shape. So we're gonna go ahead and pull that off of there. So basically this is what I'm going for right here. Just a big profile, something that's gonna get their attention. Right there. The only problem with that is I don't have a lot of hook showing on this side. I got some, but not a ton. So we'll have to experiment with that a little bit. That's what practice is for. See if we get a good hook set on some fish. If not, then we'll have to switch it up a little bit to something different. Maybe a bigger hook. But yeah, so that's what I'm gonna run for practice. I got a big paddle tail, minnow bait, a jig, and a jig and wrap style bait. That's what I'm gonna be running for that. Because like I said, we're specifically targeting big fish. I got some tackle to put away and put in boxes. I'll just stay live on here if you guys want to chit chat. Yeah, we can talk. You got some questions, whatever, ask away. I'm just sitting in the garage doing some tackle, getting some stuff ready to go. So I got a couple new boxes to put some of my better jigs in. I got a couple boxes that are kind of rusty, so we get some of that cleaned out and into the new boxes and go from there. I should put like a radio on or something in here. Make it more enjoyable for you guys to watch. Rather than me just rambling on about nothing, it seems like. Sometimes, not all the time. What do you think? Should I bring that spoon? Should I bring this spoon with me? Look at the size of that spoon. I should bring that spoon with me, shouldn't I? Because you just never know. You just never know what you're going to run into. Yeah, I got a couple plain old boxes just to get straightened up here. Some new stuff. Put my new stuff in there. A little organizing. I always cut the sides off of them before I put them in these things. I cut the sides off of them. I don't break them off. They don't seem to fit in there as nice if you just break them off. I'm going to slide these in here. We're going to need a bunch of them though. That's for sure. Maybe I can get everything in one box. That'd be cool, huh? I got walleye tackle, but I don't have a ton of walleye tackle, so. I got a few specific baits that work. It's like it's like Novocaine at the dentist. Give it time. It'll work. It'll work. Don't worry, I vacuum my boat like once a week, so it's fine. I just throw the stuff in the bottom of the boat and vacuum up all my garbage. Oh boy, things are happening. There we go. You could hear the helicopter, huh? It was coming over. It was coming for me. I was on the lake the other day and had a plane come land out on the lake. That was pretty cool. Got that on video too. That was awesome. We'll try and go live during practice this week. See what happens, see if that works out. It's always a tedious job. An interview from Finn on the huge fish, dude. That'd be awesome. We'd have to get some people on here first, though. It would be pretty cool. So, Finn, how did it feel to catch a gigantic catfish? It would be an hour-long conversation. And then we get sidetracked about something totally off subject. It'd be cool, though. Finn would like it. Set it up as like an interview. That'd be great. All right, so we got that going. I'll open up some of these jigs, get these dumped in there. 3 of those, 1 of these. I'll throw the rest of these in there too. These are glow in the dark. So when you're fishing at night for walleyes, I don't do that. I do, but I mainly troll for walleyes after dark. Got some big ones over the years. All right, I'll throw a couple spoons in here. Right there. I'll throw this one in there. Gold back, gold and purple front, right there. That'd be a good one. This is search bait, but I think it might be a little too light. It's a 3/8 ounce, but if the wind's not blowing super hard, it'd probably be a good bait, honestly. But if the wind's blowing pretty hard, it's going to be difficult to make an accurate cast with it. But nonetheless, in the pink with the silver chrome blade, would be a good one. I'll throw this other search bait in there. It's the other search bait. All right. Throw some more jigs. This is what I'm talking about. My one box is pretty rusty. You can see that. But I do have some good jigs in here, so we're going to pull them out. Some jigs that could be helpful. At least jigs that I have confidence in. Put that aside. We're going to throw all these in one. So make sure we got that. What else we got in here? Oh, a whole bunch of garbage. Garbage. More garbage. Not really. Sometimes you gotta go out with the old and in with the new. Eliminate rust. I'm telling you. How's the mic doing? How's the new mic doing? Is it doing good? Tell me. Boy, there's a whole mess of jigs there. Things. I'm not even doing those. We'll leave those in there. I'll throw a handful of these orange ones in there, though. There we go. Throw those in there. All right. So, we'll bring our spinner rigs. We do a big fish fry up there, so I catch some fish for. Got to catch some fish for a fish fry that we're doing. Well, it's good that you can actually hear me. That's great. So I'm super excited about this mic. I'm excited about getting in the boat and using it. That's going to be a good time. No more muffledness or anything like that. Even if the wind is blowing, you can still hear me. Don't have to worry about the wind affecting my volume on the camera or anything anymore. So gotta hydrate. Gotta stay hydrated. What else are we gonna throw in here? Lipless crankbaits? I think so. I think Ben needs one. You and your wife on this fish. Yeah, that'd be cool. All right, gonna throw some lipless crankbaits in here. The old red eye shad. It's a good one. That. Throw a little 6 cents in there. That's a good one. So a couple of those. Clack and wrap. Rapala clack and wrap. You guys remember those? Old school. Not really old school, but for me it was old school. Throw those in there. Maybe a pure white one. Pure white red eye. Yeah, that'd be cool. So pure red, white red eye on there. So got 4 of those. Got to pull a couple of these out of here for crankbaits. These 2 definitely. I believe these are Berkeley's. These are good little crankbaits for trolling walleyes, at least. I haven't caught a bass on them yet. I got a lot of hard baits, and I hardly use my crankbaits, so which is kind of sad if you think about it. So these are going to be my small crankbaits. I'm going to throw those in there. Jerk baits. Throw some jerk baits in there. I think we should throw some jerk baits. Oh, maybe not. We won't throw any jerk baits in there. We could throw my smaller cranks in there, though. Like these guys right here. These are good ones. That UV pink. The Shad Dancer 05. Size number 5. Shad Dancer. Cut the line off that. I love Shad Dancers. They work amazing. Oh, throw those in there. What else we got? My smaller cranks. Shad wrap. I mean, come on. Can't go wrong with shad wrap. Gotta throw shad wrap in there. Probably won't use it, but hey, you never know. Throw perch colored shad wrap in there. Can't go wrong. Walleyes and perch color. I mean, come on. Good color. What else we got in here? I got a hodgepodge stuff. Throw some stick baits for sure. Who else has this happen when you pull crankbaits out of a box? The original floaters. I'm not bringing these, but while I'm in here, I might as well untangle them. I don't use crankbaits as much as I used to. They have their time and place, but you know, it's not something that is a go-to for me normally. Okay, that's going back in the box. I'm not messing with that. Crazy things are happening there. There's shad wrap. The blue. I don't know why leave my line ends on there. That's not very smart. What do you think of this color? Gold purple. It's not sexy shad, but I'm going to call it sexy shad because it looks sexy. Got line on this one too. Come on. I got to do better. Otherwise, sit here for 10 minutes just cutting line off of lures. So this is normally what I do in the spring. I'll come through all my tack. Oh, God. But you see, I almost stabbed my leg. I've been terrible. We'll throw that one in there too because it's a good color. It's big shad rats, big dogs. Those are coming with for sure. Here we go. The floating salmo. Once again, I'm all tangled up. Floating salmos. That's in a crawfish color. That's a good color. I'll throw that in the shad side of things. A bunch of flicker shads, and look at these guys. Anybody know the name of these? Let me know. These things are pretty cool. They got metal bill on them. Like, they're neat. I think they'd work. I'm gonna bring those too. Because why not? Why not? Might as well. Oh, getting down to the nitty gritty here. Tubes, deep cranks. What do we got in here for deep cranks? See if there's anything we can use. Oh, I looked through that one already. Come on. Top water? Walleye's the top water? Okay. You talked me out of it. Never mind. 6 cents. Nothing in there. I think that's going to be it for that. Get my spinners. Ugh. Oh, that's a mess. Like normal. Holy buckets. Long leaders. Holy man. It's all right. Right in the bottom of the boat. Bring that up with us. I got a box of beads in here somewhere. I'm not sure where it's at though. Oh, I bet it's over there. That's why. All right, so I got that box. It's gonna come with. That box is coming. That box is coming. That's going. That's going. That's going. All right, and we gotta get our paddle tails out of here. Gotta hydrate. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of warm in this garage. Okay. Figure out what sizes we're gonna bring. We'll bring the little guys for sure, just in case. Another little guy. These are 2.8 Kitex. 2.8. If you know, you know. 2.8. We'll bring those. I'm not going to bring that one because there's only a couple left in there. These are 3.3s. 3.3s pair up really well with like a bigger swim bait head. Good baits. Bring that one. Those are Rage Swimmers. Rage Swimmers are basically a Kitech. I mean, they hold up about the same. So. What else we got here? Black and blues. Dude. We should bring the 4 3/4 big dogs. We should bring those. We're not gonna, we're gonna leave them here. Okay. I got a few more in there, but we're gonna take this mess of shit with us. And we're gonna bring this. All right. Those are coming. I gotta find my beads. That's what I gotta do. Throw that in there. A lot of things going on. I need leader material. That. That. What's this? That's 8 pound. You don't need 8 pound. 8 pound's not going to cut it. I'll tell you that right now. 4 pound, that's not going to cut it either. Yeah, we'll bring 12 pound. And should we bring 15 pound for leader material? That seems a little heavy. We're going to leave 15 back. Jeez. Some things happen. All right. What else we got in here? Thought I had some 10 pound in here. That'd have been perfect. I had some 10 pound. No, I don't have 10 pound in that compartment. Let's check our other compartment, see if we got anything in there. What's up? Who's on? Say hi. Say hi. Come on. Let's go. We're just going to throw this box right down in here. I think that's it out of there. Oh, that. Gotta hydrate. It's empty. All right. I'll come over here and see what we got in here. You're not gonna be able to hear it. Let's turn the camera a little bit so you can see what the heck I'm doing. Don't mind the corner over there. Don't mind that. It's fine. Almost forgot. Almost forgot. I shouldn't really show you guys these. Well, I'm going to show you anyways. What's going on here? Here we go. Right there. I'm going to try and throw it for a walleye. Heard they work. Let's see what happens. Throw a couple of those. Bring those with. Flukes. Bring a bag of flukes with me. 2 bags. So I think we're going to empty this out. I can throw my plastics in here too. That would work. So yeah, we can do that. There. That. Okay. What else we got down in here? Any goodies? I'm not sure where my beads went. Those are gone. So bring my flukes, my koikis. All right, got that. Got all this tackle here it's coming with. No, we're not bringing the 15. I gotta find my beads. That's for sure. Gotta turn the camera a little bit so you guys can see me. And all these. All right. That's what I'm bringing with. That and 4 rods. Here we go. All right. We're all packed up, loaded up, did some prepping. Got all that done. Thanks for watching tonight. Thanks for hanging out. Be looking for some new content coming this week. Next week, I should say. Possibly this weekend. We'll see what happens. So, thanks for tuning in. Take care, everybody.